2 minutes past 8 a.m. right now, and unemployment remains high at 9.1%, and the warnings are clear. Unless America gets back to work, economic recovery will stall. And that's the big focus right now in Washington, D.C. Joining us this morning, Congressman Kevin Brady, the Vice Chairman and the top Republican on the Joint Economic Committee. Good morning, and thanks for being here.
Jose, thanks for having me.
Last month, we're saying that the U.S. economy created only 56,000 jobs. Is that a disappointment to you as a legislator who's trying to get the economy back going?
Yeah, it is a major disappointment, mainly because we're more than 2 years into the supposed recovery. I mean, it'd be one thing if it were 2 months, but we're quite a ways into it. We should be much farther along than we are today. We need to be creating, roughly 200,000 jobs a month, both to make up for population and to try to get these unemployment rate numbers down. We really are at, if you look at the people who are unemployed, who can't find a full-time job, and who've just given up, our unemployment's closer to 17%. It's a major problem, and we have fewer people working today than in a quarter of a century. So some of those signs you look for how do we get a healthy economy, are we growing out of this? Are we sort of getting our feet underneath ourselves? We're just not seeing those yet.
There is word that 401,000 people are out of work right now, according to the last report. Our economy here depends on other economies around the world, and they're depending on us as well. How critical is the situation in Europe, with Greece going through its problems that affect us?
It's very critical. One, we have a lot of exposure to Europe. They buy one out of every $4 what we sell around the world. Our banks are tied closely to them. Even our money market funds that you and me and a lot of families listening today have their retirement in, half of our money market funds have been invested in Europe. Now they're being pulled out. But the point being, if Europe goes into a financial crisis, if Greece starts the domino effect, and there's a financial crisis in Europe like the United States, it has a 50-50 chance of pulling us into a double-dip recession.
And that's one thing we really do not want to get into. Now, the president is threatening to, in a sense, force a vote on key parts of his new jobs plan, the $450 billion proposal. What's your feeling about that? Will that help?
I'm not sure forcing votes help. I think we ought to have a vote on his bill, as well as the $1.5 trillion of tax increases he's proposed, because I think there's no support in the House or the Senate for either one of those. And interestingly, back home, I just ask our small businesses, look at the president's plan, tell me, will this encourage you to start hiring again? And the answer basically is no. And they're worried, in fact, that we're going deeper and deeper into debt, talks of new tax increases. We're not putting the energy industry back to work the way it could be. But there's some good news. We're working together in Washington on 3 new sales agreements with Korea, Colombia, and Panama, where Americans, Texans, could sell $13 billion of new products and services and ag products to them, which would create 250,000 new jobs in America, but a lot of them here in Texas and Southeast Texas. So there are areas that we're working together on.
And that's a good thing. Congressman Kevin Brady, thank you so very much for joining us here.
Thank you.
We hope to see you very soon again.
Appreciate it.